Have you ever felt that gnawing suspicion, that prickling unease, that something isn't quite right? That feeling someone is watching, judging, maybe even betraying you? It's a lonely, cold place to be, isn't it? And, maybe just maybe someone you trust is hiding something big. Something that could shatter everything you thought you knew. Does that resonate with you? I know it does. And if it does, please, before we start, press that like button. It means the world. And tell me where you're watching from. Drop a comment. Let us know where in the world you are. It helps us know how far this story reaches. This story, you see, it's for you. Yes, you. The one who understands the weight of a hidden truth. Let's dive in to see. Mr. Sterling, a man whose life was built on rigid control, owned a chain of popular local stores, Sterling's General. He valued efficiency, order, and above all loyalty. But a creeping doubt had taken root. Were his employees truly as dedicated as they seemed? Or were they just putting on a show? He decided to go undercover. Not as himself, of course. He hired an actor, a woman named Willow, to play a disruptive, difficult customer. Her mission, to test his staff, to see who cracked under pressure, to see who truly cared. Willow, with her carefully crafted persona, entered the store, a whirlwind of complaints and demands. She questioned prices, moved items, and generally made a nuisance of herself. Many of the staff, frustrated, sighed and rolled their eyes. But one cashier, a young woman named Aurora, responded differently. Aurora, with her kind eyes and gentle voice, remained calm. She listened, she apologized, and she tried her best to solve Willow's problems. Mr. Sterling, observing from the back, was surprised. He'd expected chaos, maybe even anger. But Aurora, she was a beacon of patience. One day, Willow, following Mr. Sterling's instructions, pretended to have lost her wallet. She claimed she had all her groceries, but no way to pay. The other cashiers would have called a manager, or simply told her to leave. But Aurora, she looked at Willow with genuine concern. "Don't worry," she said, her voice soft. "I'll take care of it." She pulled out her own card and paid for Willow's groceries. Mr. Sterling, watching, felt a jolt, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. Guilt. He called Willow into his office. "That's enough," he said, his voice unusually quiet. "You've done your job." Willow, confused, nodded and left. Mr. Sterling, still reeling, decided to reveal himself. He walked out onto the sales floor, his heart pounding, and approached Aurora. "Miss Aurora," he began, his voice trembling slightly. "I'm Mr. Sterling. I own this store." Aurora's eyes widened. "Mr. Sterling?" she whispered. "Yes," he said. "And I saw what you did. You paid for that woman's groceries. With your own money." Aurora blushed. "She was in trouble," she said. "I couldn't just let her leave." Mr. Sterling, for the first time in a long time, felt a wave of shame. He had doubted his staff, he had tested them, and he had found compassion. "Aurora," he said, his voice thick with emotion, "you're a good person, a truly good person. But the story doesn't end there." Mr. Sterling, consumed by his guilt, decided to investigate Aurora further. He wanted to know, why was she so kind? What drove her? He discovered something that shattered his world. Aurora lived in a small apartment, barely big enough for one person. She worked 2 jobs to support her younger brother, who had a serious medical condition. The money she used to pay for Willow's groceries? It was the last of her savings. Mr. Sterling, a man who had always valued profit over people, was forced to confront his own coldness. He had been so focused on finding flaws, he had missed the true value of his employees. He had missed the kindness, the strength, the sheer humanity that was right in front of him. He felt as if a heavy weight had been lifted from his shoulders, and at the same time, it was replaced by a deeper, more profound sadness. He called a meeting with all his staff. He apologized for his actions. He told them about his undercover operation and about what he had learned. He told them about Aurora. He told them about her sacrifice. The room was silent. Then, one by one, the staff began to clap. Not for him, but for Aurora. Mr. Sterling, with tears in his eyes, announced that he was giving Aurora a significant raise and paying for her brother's medical expenses. He also announced a new policy. Every employee would receive a portion of the store's profits. He wanted to create a workplace where people were valued, not just for their work, but for their humanity. But, and here's the twist, Willow, the fake customer, had been recording everything. She had her own agenda. She had been hired by a rival company, Evergreen Market, to sabotage Sterling's General. They wanted to steal his best employees. They wanted to ruin his reputation. Willow, seeing the genuine emotion in the room, the raw, unfiltered kindness, had a change of heart. She deleted the incriminating footage. She couldn't bring herself to destroy something so beautiful. She approached Mr. Sterling after the meeting. "I have something to tell you," she said, her voice trembling. She confessed everything. Mr. Sterling, shocked, felt a wave of anger. But then, he looked at Willow, and he saw regret. "Thank you," he said, his voice soft. "Thank you for telling me the truth." He didn't press charges. He didn't try to ruin her. He simply told her to leave. He understood, in a way, her desperation. He understood the lure of money, the pull of ambition. He had lived that life himself. Aurora, meanwhile, became a symbol of hope. Her kindness, her selflessness, inspired everyone around her. People came from all over to shop at Sterling's General. They wanted to support a place where people were treated with respect. Mr. Sterling, a changed man, learned a valuable lesson. That true wealth isn't measured in dollars and cents. It's measured in kindness, in compassion, in the way we treat each other. And the truth, no matter how painful, has a way of setting us free. You know, it's never too late to change, to become a better version of yourself. To see the good in others, even when it's hidden. Remember, kindness, like a ripple, spreads, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand. And perhaps, that's the most valuable lesson of all.